our secrets.
I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy we're here. We're crafting an Operation Mincemeat shadow box.
Woo!
You ready?
Yes.
All right. So you kind of just joined this little known musical called Operation Mincemeat.
Little known. It's truly the hardest thing I've ever done. Like,
Wow.
it is so hard, and it is just a lot of like words and a lot of movement and a lot of like energy, and so I really only just started feeling comfortable.
Wow.
And it's nice. It feels good.
So jumping off the comfortability and everything, like you kind of came in with a whole new cast. Was that something that made you feel more comfortable? Like, was that like comforting in its own way?
Well, I think we were really lucky because a lot of times when you join a new show, you're coming in and you're just fitting into a machine that's running. And in many ways we did that, but because we were starting with 5 new people, 3 offstage covers and 2 onstage people, the 5 of us got to learn the show at Open Jar, actually.
Hey!
In this little ensemble. And so we had everything fleshed out, and we were able to just get to know each other really well. We were sort of trauma bonded, as I like to say, by like, you know, learning the 19-minute number that is Making a Man in like one single day, and then the next day learning Just for Tonight. Like, you're just like, oh, okay,
oh my gosh.
we are bonded for life. So yeah, it was nice, and the brilliant creators of Operation Mincemeat like really trusted us to make it our own. They gave me so much freedom and flexibility, and I just, every day I go out there and get to sort of surprise myself, which is a real gift.
That's amazing. And you have gone like full Instagram caption and everything saying you saw the show and you're like, I have to play this role.
Yes.
What is it like now getting to do that specific thing? Is it intimidating? Is it exciting? Is it
all of the above?
Yeah.
It's all of that, and it's also very humbling. I've been in this business as a Broadway actor for 17 years, which is over half my life.
Wow.
And to be at this moment in time where like I am, you know, I had a great year last year. I got to originate this brilliant role in Dead Outlaw, and I was able.
Phenomenal, by the way.
Thank you
So phenomenal. I loved it.
I loved that show. I love it. I miss it every day. But you know, it's been a really cool year, and to get to go from something like Dead Outlaw to this, and to like get to play characters that are so different from each other within the same year on Broadway. I just feel really lucky. I dedicate the show a lot. Sometimes it's like, I always have a dedication to the show. I'm not like a religious person in any by any stretch of the imagination, but I am a very spiritual person. And so when I'm sitting at the desk before Born to Lead, I'm by myself on stage, and it's always intimidating when you start a show like that. So I try to like connect with myself and my, you know, the energy around me, and I always like dedicate the show to something or someone. And whether that's like the kids in the audience who are seeing their first Broadway show, or my friend who's sick and you know, is waiting on some news, or like, you know, whatever it is, but I often dedicate the show to my inner child because I do feel like she's just living her dream.
I love that so much. You were going through the Tony season with Tash, with the entire cast of Operation Mincemeat. Like,
crazy.
It truly feels like it was kismet for you to be in this show. What was it like, I guess, after getting to experience something together in a way that wasn't the same? Now you kind of are like riding on another journey together.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. In many ways, like, I connected with them because they, you know, while I've been in this business for a really long time, I felt like a new kid on the block during Tony season because everybody knows each other and there's all these like splashy celebrities, and I was sort of like in the underdog show as a first-time nominee, and not that anyone was anything other than lovely and gracious and kind, but I found that oftentimes at these events, all the Dead Outlaw people would like huddle in a corner and be like, should we just hang out with our friends? And I noticed that the Operation Mincemeat people were also sort of like the new kids on the block. And so I like went over to them, and they're so lovely and just energetic and just effervescent. And I was like, I want to be friends with them. And it was like sort of easy to talk to, easy to handle these crazy things that are happening to all of us, and just sort of like have this perspective like, wow, wasn't that crazy? Yeah. You know, it's beautiful. And now to get to do their show every night and to get to keep this beautiful thing that they made alive is it's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's probably like, it's so exciting for you to get to be able to do it. It's probably beyond their wildest dreams that Americans are doing this show like every night.
I know.
Yeah.
And the fact that like they started as this like tiny little fringe show that they just were writing themselves, didn't even have a score. I may be wrong, but I think there was not a full score until we joined the show. Like, we got the first version of
oh my gosh, wow.
Yes, because like everybody just knew it. They were all just like flying by the seat of their pants and changing things because that's who they
really
are.
to give you something great.
Yeah. Yeah, we were like, we need to learn the score. And they were like, oh yeah, okay, let's do that.
Let's figure out how to do that.
Because they're like living and breathing it in such a visceral way. And that was intimidating. I mean, like watching Tash and the way that she owned that stage every night while learning it, there were more than several nights where I walked out of rehearsal, watched the show, walked home and went, maybe she should just stay. Like maybe Tash should just keep doing it because Tash is so good that I just no one ever should have to play this part but her. And we can all just marvel at her for the rest of time. But Tash also deserves a break. So I'm glad that I got over my fear and have found my way.
Once they announced we were doing it, I was like, oh, this is the most perfect casting ever. Going back to the Dead Outlaw of it all, and now with Operation Mincemeat, you've kind of just become Broadway's resident dead body expert.
It's me.
Is it a title you wear proudly?
Absolutely. Thoroughly. And I will say the show in between the two was A Christmas Carole down at the Performing Arts Center downtown, which was directed by Matthew Warchus and Tom Costello, and was the version that they do in London every year at the Old Vic. And so it's miraculous, beautiful production, but I did a whole monologue over a coffin, and I was like, this is 3 for 3. And I, at that point, knew I was doing Operation Mincemeat. So I was very much like, I think I found my niche. I'm not mad at this niche, but maybe like whatever's next shouldn't have a dead body.
Let's hope.
Just for now.
Just for fun.
And then like in 5 years, I'll do another show with a dead body in it, and everyone will be like, oh, remember when she only did shows with dead bodies? And I'm into it.
And at least it sounds like it gets a fake dead body as opposed to Andrew staring at you.
That is true. I have a lot less of Andrew Durand staring into my eyes.
Whether that's a good or a bad thing, who knows?
A terrible thing. I'm just doing Andrew.
Oh, Dead Outlaw is like this weird and wonderful musical that I truly loved so much. But I love a Yazbek musical because you never know what you're going to get from them. Yeah.
David Yazbek is one of one.
Truly.
He really is. Like, there is just his ability to tell story through song is second to none.
Yeah.
He is a true musical theater genius.
So as we are rolling roses, I do have to ask you what your rosebud and thorn of Operation Mincemeat have been so far. Like your rose being your highlight, thorn being the most challenging, and bud something you're looking forward to as you're kind of still in the beginning of this journey.
Yeah, I am. I love that question. I would say, wait, the rose is my favorite thing?
Yeah, like the highlight so far.
Highlight, okay. My highlight so far has been fans. I have never in my life been a part of something that has a fan base like this.
Wow.
And everyone is so generous and kind and complimentary and loving and connected and like, did I say generous already? But they're generous enough to say it twice. Like,
wow.
People drawing us and painting us and writing us letters and just like, I mean, it is so humbling. It is so inspiring. It makes me want to be better. Like, it makes me want to just give like something new to them every time they're in the audience so that they can enjoy it. And it's cool to be a part of a show. You know, it's just in the New York Times. Like, this person saw it 14 times.
It's crazy.
People see it over and over and over again. And that is comforting in the sense that, like, if I ever go up on a line, I know someone in the audience will be able to tell me what I'm supposed to say, A. And B, like, that these people want it to be fresh. They want it to be new. They want it to be strange. They want it to be alive, which gives you a lot of freedom and a lot of support because you know they're on your side, which is beautiful. But my thorn, which is the hardest thing so far, learning it. Yeah, I have never worked harder in my life to learn a show. Wow. I would rehearse, 10 to 6 every day, and then go home, make myself a plate of food, and rehearse from 7 to 10. Wow. Because the amount of words, like, Monty never stops talking.
Truly.
And I was like, there's a fine line between like seeing someone do something over and over again. Like, it was helpful for me to see Tash in person do it. Mm-hmm. But then I got to the point where I was starting to make, my own choices and find new things. And I was like, oh, I think I have to stop watching this. So I would go home and listen to it and do the choreography like in my kitchen.
Wow.
For every night, like really every night. And even then, I don't think I've replaced in a couple Broadway shows, I don't think I've ever gone into something and not felt 100% secure. And I did not feel 100% secure just because of the sheer volume of things you have to do, of props and words and lyrics and, you know, notes, even just sort of like hoping it goes well. So that was incredible, and also quite a lesson in what you're capable of doing when you just trust yourself. But my bud is that, you know, it's been 5 months and I'm just starting to feel comfortable. So I'm really excited to see how I can continue to grow and how I can continue to challenge myself and push myself physically, and how I can expand and deepen my relationship to the show and the character.
I love that so much. Another thing I find so admirable about you is you just, again, had a crazy, crazy Tony nomination season that you truly probably could have gone and done any kind of role, and you chose to go into an ensemble piece. What was that decision like?
I've been very fortunate this year. The way that like I've had opportunities come my way where I've had to make decisions, which has been really exciting and cool. But to be honest, like, Dead Outlaw closed so fast. Yes, devastatingly. And there was something exciting to me about continuing to be on a stage every night. People that see shows, and the people who are, you know, making important decisions about other shows, or, you know, people who come in from LA, like they go see Broadway shows. And I want people at this point in my career, I want to ride the wave and let people see me and see what I can do. And so getting to perform 8 shows a week on Broadway made it sort of just an easy decision.
Yeah.
And I love the show. And I think it's really cool.
So
and
fair.
If you know, like, I really try to challenge myself. There's something so valuable about being on Broadway.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just getting to go out there and shine, and like sometimes no one's in the audience that can change your life or your career, but then you meet the sweetest people at the stage door. And it's just, I don't know. There's something magical about being on a stage every night in New York City. And I never take that for granted. So when something like Operation Mincemeat comes my way, it's sort of just a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And I was already a fan of the show. Like, I really was. This is real. I saw it before Dead Outlaw opened, and I'm not supposed to talk about the end of our show in any sort of PR or press. Which I think is so funny. But if you know the show, at the end, certain things happen that I said, oh my God, I have to play this part. And luckily, they also agreed that I should play that part.
I love it.
Here we are. I'm having fun.
Another fun thing I do on this video series is I played this or that game, but I decided to change it a little bit for you.
Okay.
To make it Julia or Monty. So
I love that.
You can keep gluing. I will ask you, but just who out of Julia or Monty would be better at these things?
Okay.
Who would be the better leader?
Julia.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. Although Monty definitely thinks he would be.
Who's the better liar?
Actually, 100% Monty. I'm a terrible liar.
Who's the better spy?
Julia.
Love. Who's the better public speaker?
Oh, probably Monty, actually. I get nervous before the pitch every day, and I have to remind myself, like, Julia, the character you're playing isn't nervous right now. So,
love that.
Monty.
Who's better under pressure?
Monty. Although, you know what? Both. We're both equals. This is like a little bit of a side story, but I watched, you know, I love the Olympics, and when Suni Lee was on the team for like the second Olympics in a row, and she like had a bad warm up, and I was like listening to the casters who were like talking about everything, and they go, well, here's the thing about Suni, she's a gamer. And I never heard that phrase before, but it was like, when the pressure's on, like, she can have a bad warm up, she can have a bad day. When the pressure's on, she shows up and she does what she's supposed to. And it like shifted something like chemically inside of me where I was like, oh yeah, I am too. And I have scientific evidence about all the times I've ever been on a stage and it always goes well. Even when it does, you know, if it's not perfect, whatever, it always goes well. I'm a gamer. And I like started saying that to myself. And I still use it, like, especially if I'm feeling low confidence. But
I like that.
I think Monty's also a gamer. So
Definitely.
I'm going to say Julia and Monty.
Love it. Who's better with secrets?
Julia. Definitely.
Who's better with winging it?
Monty.
Who's better at surviving a mission?
Both.
Love. And lastly, if Monty was here also, who's better at making a shadow box?
Definitely me.
Definitely.
Monty would have given up on this a long time ago, but I do feel like I've done a mistake.
No, not at all.
This is so pretty already.
I'm so excited. I made an Operation Mincemeat one. It was one of the first ones I did. I did like a countdown to the Tonys. And like the first, I made a Dead Outlaw one actually that year also. Yeah.
I'm sure I saw it at that time,
Hopefully.
but like it was
I probably tagged you or whatever, but you were,
a blur, to
Yeah.
say the least.
what was the craziest part about going through that Tony season? Like I've spoken to so many people and I've been through it on like the other side of things.
Mm-hmm.
What was the craziest moment for you and just what was your favorite part, I guess?
There's so many answers to that question because like it really was all of my dreams coming true. Like I remember like sitting down after that and being like, okay, well, I'll have to dream new dreams because they've all come true. Something like Dead Outlaw, it's exactly the kind of work I want to be doing.
Yeah.
Developmental, groundbreaking, thrilling, dynamic, genre-bending art.
Yeah.
That is moving people and touching people and, impactful.
Yeah.
So like literally like if I hadn't even been nominated, that already would have been my dream.
Right.
But then to also be nominated in this industry that just I've been a part of for so long and it means so much to me was just so humbling and so just life-changing. I mean, like it really does change things for you career-wise. And I've been so grateful. But my favorite thing I think would have to be getting to do it alongside my friends. Like really, truly to be nominated alongside Jeb and Andrew and David Cromer and David Yazbek and Iman Moses and Art De La Pena, and to really get this experience with these people and to have them by my side the whole time was a dream, an absolute dream.
That's so special.
And there's like, in a more specific sense, the moment where like I walked into Radio City on the morning of the Tonys in my little, rehearsal costume and I burst into hysterical tears and could not come back.
Was this your first time being
my first time being there, my first time being nominated, my first time everything.
Wow.
It was just, again, to have my friends there, to sit there and just like watch. I think it was Jeremy Jordan was teching his number from Floyd Collins and I just was like, oh, I've seen this at home. Like I've watched the Tonys my whole life. I come from a theater family and, we always watched them together, and just to have that like moment of like, oh, I'm not on my parents' couch. I'm here. Wow. And I'm nominated was profound.
That's incredible.
Last one.
Last one.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my God. I'm gonna this is so beautiful.
Thank you. You did it too.
I love our imperfection.
I love it. I'm so excited.
Because what is life if not breaking the pattern and trying something new?
I love it. And it's the colors, it's
It's
everything,
so perfect.
the characters.
I can't believe I get to keep this.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Yay! Oh, well,
Should we leave it here?
let's do it. Sadly, we finished this, and our time is coming to an end, sadly. But I have our standard final 3 questions for you.
Great.
The first one is, if this was in a gallery, what would its title be?
Monty and Charles and Hester and Bevan and Jean.
I love it. Original. Secondly, if a castmate had to surprise you with a shadow box, what do you think it would be on it, and who do you think it would be from?
Allison Wynn is our understudy Bevan and is the most generous person I've ever worked with on stage and off stage. So I think it would probably come from Allison, and it would probably be some silly inside joke. We do so the standbys and Operation Mincemeat go on once a week. So once a week, Allison's my dressing roommate, which is really fun. And we do a dance party at 5 minutes. So probably would have some sort of musical, silly, twerking thing to it.
I love it. And lastly, once your time at Operation Mincemeat has wrapped, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, down the line, whatever, what do you hope that when you look at this afterwards, what does it remind you of?
A lot of the conversation we had today was just about gratitude for how lucky I am to get to live this life where I get to sing and dance for money and play make-believe. on a stage every night, and how proud my inner child would be of me and is of me. But I think it's also like we can do hard things.
Yeah.
Like we can take something that seems impossible, break it down into bite-sized pieces, work really, really hard on it, and get it to a place where like I'm having fun every night. So, it's a good reminder that when I, play Lear one day, like I have nothing to be afraid of.
Nope, there you go. You did Monty, so
I did Monty, so I can
that's
do anything.
the easiest thing. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for crafting with me today.
Oh my God, thanks for having me.